Why did I buy a blueberry plant? You know what I don't have? Answers. Hey YouTube, so like I said yesterday, there were quite a few chores that still needed to be done that weren't captured in that video. It was just getting to be too long, and I know y'all love me, but I don't think y'all love me 30 plus minutes yet. We gotta build ourselves up to this. So what we're going to do is finish up some planting chores that I told you guys I had. We got to get the grapes and blueberry and the other forsythia that we had, and just some other little stuff around the property. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm out on the deck now, and I'm going to rough up the soil in one of these containers. Yeah, I don't see any roots. So you can see I'm just roughing up the soil in this container here. We're going to add some we're going to add a little soil acidifier, and we're going to put our grape in here. So we've got 2 grapes. I bought these from the Blue Box store as well. And this is a Concord grape. This one is a Concord grape, which we should all be familiar with. So pretty. And it's so weird because I don't eat purple grapes as much as I eat red grapes. So this is a red Suffolk grape. And it says plants in well-drained soil, plants in water a few minutes prior to planting, plant in well-drained soil. So we're going to do it. We're going to fix that and water a few minutes prior. Well, we're just going to put some water in the bag then. Combine peat and soil. Fill around roots to ground level, pack tightly. Hole large enough to encompass the roots. Keep soil moist until established. Fertilize at planting and again in late spring. I think we're planting in early spring, and so we will fertilize again at late spring. So I am out of Biotone fertilizer. That's the starter fertilizer that's supposed to help it get its roots together. You see how I'm abusing this poor, I'm really abusing this poor little pruner. Poor baby. But it is what it is. I'm going to throw some Biotone starter fertilizer in here. I'm sorry, I said Biotone, and this is Garden Tone. Whew, it stinks. And even though it stinks, Dante loves the smell and wants to eat it. I don't understand my little dog. But he also wants to eat my food. He also wants to eat paper towels. So I don't think he's got the most discerning of palates. That baby wants to eat everything. Okay. So take that out of there. Let's see. There's a stick in here. Take that out. And I am going to put some water into both. Well, this is a blueberry. I'm going to plant this up too. So maybe we should look at this. This is a blue crop blueberry. I'll be planting this too. And this one says soak plant in water as well. So we're just going to soak all 3 of these in water. Okay, I'm going to put some of the Garden Tone in this container as well. Y'all see, I'm not measuring anything. I'm just throwing it in there. So you can see the garden tone is in, and I'm just kind of moving it around. You can do this with your hand too. And these are going to be for our red and purple grapes. So, our purple Concord grape, GMO free, full sun, harvest early fall, soak water and plant, soak plant and water. It says this is a 1-year-old plant. Oh, that's nice that it tells you that. So all these are 1-year-olds. I think my hearty kiwi is probably 1 year old as well. And that tells me I've got like 2 years before I see fruit. Okay, so we added some water to this. We should be able to take it out of the bag. It's been a few minutes. So I want to put this in here, and we're going to move this soil so we get a nice good size hole that I can just drop this in. Okay. I'm going to pull these roots away a bit. That seems nice and straight. Okay, that's our Concord grape. And I'm going to need to put a little tag on that because I'm not going to remember that. And here's our second container. Here's our second container for our red Suffolk grape. And I'm going to pull this back. So take this out. That's pretty. So we're just gonna pull the roots down because they're like sitting up. Oh, this needs to be much deeper. There we go. Nope, that is root. That's still not deep enough. Sorry. There we go. Let's pack it down lightly, it said. Okay, we're going to put that right there because we will not remember which one is Concord and which one is Suffolk. This, I'm going to add a little soil acidifier. I think our soil is probably acidic enough, but I don't know. So we're just gonna add some in there. This one is going to be for this last one that I'm planting is going to be for the blue crop blueberry that I purchased. So I had already previously purchased a larger Elliott blueberry. The Elliott blueberry is rare, exotic, disease resistant. There, blah, 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 blah. No. It says the Elliott was self-pollinating, but it's self-pollinating, or you can pollinate with another blueberry variety for a maximum amount of fruit. And it's an attractive ornamental shrub which produces late ripening small to medium-sized berries with a mild flavor. So I bought the Elliott. It was quite beautiful, but I also decided to get a blue crop because those are supposed to be the best tasting. And this is the smaller plant that I got, and it's only a year old, but I should still see some blueberries from it. I have never been a huge blueberry fan. Look how tiny this is. Look how tiny this is. So I have never been, I'm going to stick all of this soil into my container. I've never been a huge blueberry fan. Dante loves them, but they've always tasted like very meh to me. I think they're beautiful. I know they're a superfood. And so I am hopeful that if I grow them, they'll taste better than anything I've eaten previously, which has been my experience definitely with tomatoes and arugula. The peppers, definitely jalapenos. I have placed the blueberry in here. I'm tamping it down. And there we go. And it is going to live right here by my Elliott. The blue crop is full sun, partial shade, harvest midsummer, and the Elliott was harvest late ripening. So maybe closer to fall, late summer. Hardiness zones 4 to 7. It says it gets 4 to 6 feet. Plant in spring as soon as ground has thawed and soil has warmed to 50 degrees and is workable. Blueberries are self-pollinating, but cross-pollination produces the best fruit crop. This is going to be the best fruit crop. I think they're in the same size container. Obviously, the Elliott is a much more mature plant. I'm looking forward to fruit being everywhere here. So I'm just going to stick this here until I make a little tab for it. And one more thing. So this is our, sorry for my very filthy hands, y'all. This was our piece of the Show Off Sugar Baby Forsythia. And it was broken at this, so I'm just going to snap this. Yeah, definitely still a lot of green. I'm going to rough up this bottom part a little bit so we can get some more of that green showing. Y'all can see it's still living. So we've got our little piece that's all roughed up. Just going to take a little bit more off the bottom, expose kind of the skin, I guess you would say, taking off the bark. And I'm going to get a good amount of this rooting powder on here. As you can see, it's covered in rooting hormone. I'm just going to drop it down into here. I'm just going to press it in, and hopefully it won't be here for long, and I can up pot it. And I'm going to water this. Look how handy that is. Okay. All right. This is watered in. It's got potting soil. It's got rooting hormone. It's got a little of the compost, and fingers crossed this will begin to grow. If we get any leaves at all, I'll be pleased, but this is an experiment, so if we get nothing, it's fine too. I actually might need to water this Elliot because I got it a couple days ago. Why did I buy a blueberry plant? You know what I don't have? Answers. Why did I buy a blueberry plant? I don't know. It's so pretty. Oh, and this, once it starts to get warm and you're not in seasonal depression, like, why are you not buying the things? It makes me happy. It just brings me joy. I am happy and at peace with my hands in the dirt. Did you know putting your hands in dirt actually boosts your serotonin levels? Serotonin, one of those, it's the happy neurotransmitter. That's what I know. I am not a science person, and any of my science friends could tell you I'm definitely not a science person. But I do know serotonin is the happy neurotransmitter. It's supposed to make you feel good. All right, I think that Elliot is well watered. I hear the water running out of the bottom. It's still cold here. And it's supposed to be like 80 this weekend, but then it'll be 50 on Tuesday. WTH. Y'all thought y'all was gonna catch me slipping. I said WTH. I'm trying. All right, I think I'm finished out here. I want to give y'all a little bit more information about the prolific kiwi because this is a new one for me. I didn't even know these existed, and I'm sure some of you hardcore gardeners did, but this is new for me. And so if any of y'all are new too, we're just going to get a little bit of a lesson. Well, here's a breakdown. The prolific hearty kiwi is a self-fertile, cold, hardy variety known for its high yields of small, smooth-skinned, sweet kiwis, ideal for fresh eating, and it thrives in USDA zones 4 through 8. Listen, I've lived my whole life. This is my first time finding out about this kiwi. It is small, smooth-skinned, and sweet. It can be eaten without peeling it, and it ripens in mid to late September. It is a vigorous, fast-growing vine, so that's why I gave it an obelisk, because it's wanting to vine up, which I honestly didn't know anything about this thing. I saw it at Lowe's, the box store, and I just put it on my counter in the kitchen and went off to do other things, and then I saw it kind of climbing my wall. So, vigorous, fast-growing vine, needs a strong trellis or fence for support, and it can spread 10 to 12 feet wide when mature. I don't have a plan. I'm just going to keep pruning it. Here's the thing. It says that it is self-fertile, meaning it does not require a male plant for fruit production. However, having a male plant nearby can increase the fruit yield. Okay, so then this was my question. What does the male look like? Tell you what, it's not so easy. You're not going to know whether you have a male or female vine until you see the flowers. So see these images? The male has these little black things that produce the pollen. You see those? I'm putting the name up because I don't remember. The female does not have those, and that's the difference. So, looks like you're going to have some vines to figure out whether or not you've got a male or a female, because until you get one of these flowers, you're just not going to know. Here's some other good stuff though about the hardy kiwi. Pruning can help manage growth and encourage fruit production. Hardy kiwis fruit on 1-year-old wood, so prune to maintain a good balance of old and new growth. So you don't want to just get rid of all your old wood. Mine obviously has none, so it'll be a minute. It's also known as the kiwi berry, just like the Australian variety we're used to. It is rich in vitamin C. It is not bothered by significant pests or disease problems, and it can be propagated from green vine cuttings. So I'm wondering, if we propagate these green vines, are we going to get some of those male vine cuttings? I don't know. Guess we'll see. At the very least, you still will get a yield from only the females, but just know that if you're looking for a significant yield, you're probably going to need those males. Thanks guys for joining me as I completed a number of chores around the property. I really didn't have anything significant going on. I'm just excited it's spring and I'm excited about getting started. If you found any value at all in today's video, or you just enjoyed coming along with me as I completed my chores, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so that you're made aware of as soon as I make a new upload, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.